Good morning. Good morning to everybody who's joined me this morning. And if you are joining me later, watching this later, if we haven't met before, my name's Lynn, and my husband and I are travelling for a year. Today finds us in Germany. We've been here now for almost 2 weeks. And so this morning, we're just going for a beautiful walk in well, it's not a wilderness, it's, what do you call it? Kind of like nature reserve, I guess. So good morning to everyone who's joined. Give me a wave, say hi, let me know who's here. Hi, Dawn, great to see you. And we're looking forward to having just a little beautiful, gentle walk, early morning stroll. It's gorgeous. The sun's risen, but it's still low on the horizon. Hi, Laurie, great to see you. And so here we are, still in Germany, and we are about to embark on just an early morning walk, see where we end up. So basically, what happened is I took the walk here yesterday over the other side of this particular location. It's called the Delbrücke Heide, and the signal was pretty rubbish. Okay, so that's a train going past me right now. You will have heard it. You may not have seen it. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you. So I went for a walk over the other side of the Delbrücke Heide yesterday. I caught a bus over there. Caught two buses, in fact. I had to change at Delbrück Hauptstrasse, change buses and head over to the other side and walk down to where there's a lake, which is where that lovely shot was taken. And I confess I took that from Google Images. Um, and then when I got down there, it was flooded. The path was flooded. The path forms part of the lake. So I had to call that off. Plus, the signal was pretty ordinary over there. Here, it seems to be fine. So here's where we are. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can all see where we are. And let's start our walk. Back to back camera, and then there. And here we are. So if the plan goes, if everything goes according to plan, just letting that train pass, we'll be moving away from the train tracks. If everything goes according to plan, I will be returning by this path here. Hi, Michaela. Good morning. So, Michaela, we are at the Delbrücke Heide, and it's a lovely nature reserve, a Naturschutzgebiet. Oh, which way does he want to be? I have to remember which side of the path to walk on. Okay, that's good. That side. Morgan. And sun has risen about, I think it was about 20 minutes ago, maybe a bit longer. So over in that direction is sunrise. And this is just this lovely Naturschutzgebiet. And I'm already hearing lots of beautiful birds. And we're going to head off down this path to the left here, just up ahead, and see where it takes us. On the map, according to the map, it heads towards a small lake. And that's where I ultimately would like to finish up, over by the lake. But as I said, I didn't walk this side yesterday. I walked on the other side. So here we go. There's the sun, the sky brightening in that direction, the sun just peeking through between the trees. And we're going to head off down this path here. So almost 2 weeks in Germany. We fly out on Saturday in the, it'll be very late at night. I don't know if these things are edible. I'm not going to try. Someone might be able to help me out and tell me if those things are edible. What are they? I'm not going to try. It is a gorgeous sky, isn't it, Dawn? Absolutely beautiful. And there's a full moon still kind of lingering around here somewhere. I did spot it. Oh, there it is. Just fading, just above that tree in the centre of the frame is the last of the full moon. So we've been here almost 2 weeks now, and late Saturday night at around about I'm going to stop every now and again and look at flowers and things that I've never seen before, kinds of wildflowers that I don't recognise. Do blackcurrants grow on trees? You could be right. Oh, my signal's going to muck about with me, isn't it? Okay, look, we're going to do the best that we can. We fly out. I have no idea what this thing is. And we fly out to Morocco. That's interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. It almost looks like a rose, but I don't recognise that kind of flower at all. So we're heading to... Hi, Mary Lou. Great to see you. We head to the airport. Blackberries. Blackberries, guys. Look. I should try one, shouldn't I? I have to turn the camera around awkwardly, though, to do this. Oh, yum. Bit tangy, bit sour. And you're probably not aware, because I haven't really been talking about it an awful lot, but we're here mainly with family. Richard's parents were from Gabon, and they migrated to Australia in the early 1950s as post-war immigrants. And Richard was born. Richard and all his siblings were born in Australia. So Richard's mother had Richard's father, who died back in 1976. He died many years ago. He had one sister, and we didn't really know his side of the family at all. But Richard's mother had lots of cousins. Here we go, look at this. Hi, Lauren, lovely to see you. Dawn says, every October during Blackberry Week, I'd go picking blackberries as a child. Oh, look, I'm spotting them along the path here. In Australia, blackberry is a weed, and you can never be sure if it's been poisoned. Although I did say to my daughter, surely you can tell they'd be either wilting or turning brown fairly soon after. But you do have to be a little bit careful, because they do poison blackberries. Little bird, there's a little bird just there, flitting around in the tree here. Mary Lou says, that's great, Dawn. I used to do wild blueberry picking when I was a kid. Well, look at this. The colour, the light. So we've been visiting Richard's family, his extended family. His mother's sister passed away a couple of years ago, and all that remains of her family is a stepdaughter and her son. So that's all that remains of Tanta Mariana's side of the family. Rose hips, look at them all. So we've met both of them, Mariana's stepdaughter and step grandson or grandson. And as long as dogs can't pee in them, blackberries are fine in Germany. Oh, that's a point. Well, I'll go for the high ones. Go for the ones that are up high. But on the extended family side, Richard's mother had lots and lots of cousins. So we've met two of the cousins who are still living, and that is Gretchen and Susie. And it's Susie's granddaughter whose apartment we're living in or staying in at the moment. This is pretty. I think it must be some kind of It's kind of wet in here. There was a heavy dew overnight, but I'm going to see if I can get close to this. I think it might be a kind of heath. Look at that. That's really pretty. Oh, beautiful. That's a nice shot across there, isn't it? Let's see if I can get up close to the flowers. Tiny, tiny, tiny little flower. It's so quiet out here. Got the distant rumble of the road, and of course, when a train passes, it's we are quite close to the train tracks, but it's so peaceful here. Look at this. I feel very comfortable, very at home walking through these green spaces. You can breathe the fresh air and be away from people in great numbers. So it's Mila's apartment, Richard's mother's cousin's granddaughter. It's her apartment that we're staying in at the moment, which she's very generously allowed us to stay in. And it's very comfortable, saves us money. Now, I'm not sure which way I need to go. I'm going to opt for, we'll take the right-hand path. That brooding sky, I reckon we're going to get rain today. Morgan. So we'll be visiting Mariana's grave today. Mariana's stepdaughter will take us today to visit Mariana's grave. She passed away. We met her when we came to visit about 2018. Good morning. Hello. It's puppy dog. Puppy dog saying hello. See, now this looks very familiar to me, but I don't think it's the same as what we have in Australia. We have a thing called a she oak, and it's so similar, but it's not it. It's just ever so slightly different. So we came here after Richard's sister passed away from cancer in 2018, and we visited the family then. Just over the background there, we can see that there's houses over there. Oh, and this thing is a weed in Australia. We call this Patterson's curse. Yeah, here we go. This was introduced to Australia, and it's taken over in pastoral areas. So we'll be visiting Mariana's grave today. As I said, we came here in 2018 after Richard's sister passed away from cancer. Came and saw the family then. Met Mariana for the last time. Even not knowing that she would shortly after, within a few years, pass away. She was already elderly, and we knew it was probably the last time we would see her. Apologies if the wind has come up. This is so pretty. So she passed away, I think it was about 2 years after our visit. I don't believe it was COVID related. She was just elderly. And I think we have silver birches over there. This is so pretty, isn't it? Look at it. Erica, yes, that's absolutely right. It is. It's Erica. Michaela, you are spot on. There are places in the Blue Mountains where it grows and it looks amazing. But again, it's a weed. Australia has a very sensitive ecosystem. and introduced species tend to dominate our local species. So although they're very, very, very pretty, especially in areas like this, look at it, it's just gorgeous. Over there towards there's a little pocket of silver birches over there. Okay. So we've been getting together with family. I tell you what, you Germans have incredible staying power. We've been out at night with the elderly relatives who are, they're around the 80-year-old mark, and we're the ones that are wanting to go home. They're quite happily sitting there talking, drinking, and we're calling time out. I thought it was Heather, but my pic is a bit cloudy. Is the signal okay, or is it at your end, Dawn? I hope it's not my signal. I'm very conscious of the fact that coming into a forest can be a little risky, and I'm lucky it's just a small area, so I can afford to get a little lost, and I'll still be okay finding my way back. But look, we're starting to get into sort of more denser, darker areas. And this beautiful tree here. The signal's good. Excellent. Thanks, Mary Lou. Morgan. So here we go. We're going to dip down into a more densely forested area. It's darker. I'm going to look for mushrooms. I saw one the other day on the trail. Different trail, but look at this. Wow. Beautiful. Look at this tree. Look at the personality in this tree. It's got some dead branches, but there's still parts of it that are still living. And I've no idea what the undergrowth is. I think there might be some blackberry in there, but I think there's other stuff as well. Right, now where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There's a fence here. I'm not sure I was expecting a fence. It's okay. There we go, Naturschutzgebiet. Dawn says, I used to love walking my little dog on country paths like this. Oh, it's so soothing. And look at the moss on this, the base of this tree. Yeah, so we've been spending a little bit of time with the relatives. We've met, amazing, Susie's sister, Heike. We met Heike, Rani and her husband Rainer. We met them when we came over last time, and she's since passed away. So she passed away, I think it was just after Mariana. So we lost Rani and Mariana and Rainer. They all passed away within probably about a year of each other. The first time we came to Germany, Richard and I, together back in 1987, we met Rani's daughter, whose name was Heike. We met both her daughters, in fact. The other daughter's name was Sylvia, who has also passed away, we just discovered, from cancer not so long ago. Does mass covering mean facing north? I think so, Dawn, yes. Moss covering, yes. And in Australia, it's facing south. So if you've got moss on one side of a tree in Australia, it's facing south. And in Germany, or in the Northern Hemisphere, moss covering one side of a tree means facing north. Well, that's as I always understand it. North are always in shadow. Yeah, so there's been a fair bit of sadness surrounding the family in the last few years. So we met Heike, and I'd met her only once in my life, and she was about early 20s at the time. I'm just going to go up here and see what's over this wall. So she was in her early 20s the first time I met her, many, many, many years ago. And we met her the other day at a pub. And she is such a lovely lady. My goodness, she was just beautiful. So I don't know what this meadow is here. Can you hear the birds? Isn't that a gorgeous shot? That's so pretty. I'm going to try and get the sky a little bit there. Better colour. Better colour in the sky and then down. Beautiful. So, so there's been a fair bit of loss in the family. It's more devastating, of course, for the more immediate family who remain. We are pretty distant. So there's been a few outings. There's always lots of beer involved. And for those who don't know much about Germany and German beer, there's a beer that's local just to Cologne called Kölsch. I think we mentioned Kölsch the other day when I was with Michaela in Cologne. And Kölsch is unique to Cologne, and it's served in tiny little glasses. They're only 200 mils. And they're tall and thin. And they get knocked back. Yes, yesterday, Michaela, we tried the Puffkin yesterday. That bar, that pub, or Wirtshaus, doesn't open on Sunday or Monday. So the first attempt at going there, it was closed. And then we discovered it doesn't open until 5 o'clock. And the second time we attempted to go there, we wanted to meet Mila there, but she had an appointment at like 5:30 or something. So 5 o'clock wasn't going to work. So we arranged a different pub. So finally, Richard and I went there yesterday. And first of all, it's a gorgeous little Wirtshaus. It's quite old on the inside. It's decorated with all the hats from past carnivals. So, Michaela, you might be able to say the name of that every district has their own little carnival celebration, and there's like a master or a leader every year, and they have this special hat that they wear, and this little pub has them all lined up on a shelf. And yes, we had the Puffkin yesterday, and we also had a local, I don't know if this is local to Cologne or to Germany in general, but one of the specialties, I've forgotten the name of it in German, but it's literally raw mince with onion on a bread roll. So Richard had that yesterday, and I had the local cheese, which was called Halva Hahn, I think, from memory. And that was served a lot like a ploughman style. So it was served on a board with a cut dark rye bread roll. Which way should I go? In Cologne, it's called Videl. Is that the mince on bread? Couldn't eat raw meat. It has to be very, very fresh, Dawn. And if you're okay eating steak, rare or medium rare, in my view, if you're okay with that, then It's not much further to go to attempt the raw mince. I gave it a go. I had a small taste. I wouldn't rave about it, but it wasn't horrible. It was okay. All right, so I found myself in a little corner here with some kind of sign, and it looks like it's showing wildlife, but I don't know what the sign says. It says Die Brutzeit hat begonnen. Halve Hahn, yeah, that's the cheese we had. So Vidal is a part of a city. Thanks, Michaela. I love having locals here. Metzbrötchen, that's the one. That's what it was. And we had some frites to go with it, or some poms, whatever they call the plate of chips, and senf, mustard. Excuse me, I've got a puppy dog nose at the moment. I just need to deal with that. Okay, now I'm going to take a punt that this is the path we need. It should be. This should be absolutely perfect. It should take us right back to where I started from. But do you agree this is just such a lovely area to walk in? There's nothing spectacular about it. It's not, wow, but it's just delightful and soothing, and it's quiet, it's calm. I love it. There's little birds flitting in through there, but they're too quick and they're too little. Can't possibly see what they are. The sign said breeding time starts. Really? Okay. Do you think it's an old sign? Because we're coming into autumn now. I think this is Buddleia. And the main places that I recognise this from is it will sprout spontaneously on the sides of neglected buildings in the Blue Mountains. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's got a little red berry on it. So coming up for me, in case you're not fully aware, here's another one of these red berry plants. I wonder what that is. It's not Cotoneaster. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to try it. Coming up for me tomorrow, of course. And thank you, Dawn, for claiming your ticket. Excellent. And if you're not sure how to do it, Mary Lou, you are one of my very valued members of Lynn's Travel Lounge. Please claim your ticket to my event tomorrow, which is the motorised parasailing thing that we did. And I think there's one or two others here that are also members. But off the top of my head, you know what my memory's like. I apologise if I've not immediately recognising you, but please go to Buy Me a Coffee if you're a member. Log in, then claim the free ticket. But if you're not a member, it's only, for most of you in the UK, Europe, or the US, it only works out to about 3 of your monetary units. It's $5 Australian. $5 Australian isn't a lot. So please come along, and I've ticketed it because it was an expensive outing. So as you know, I always prefer to keep my tours free, and voluntary contributions from those who can manage it. But every so often, and only very rarely, I will ticket an event. And I hope that you are all forgiving of me for doing that. I value your support in whichever form that is. Look at this beautiful tree here. Excellent. Thank you, Mary Lou. Yes. And Dawn, yes, thank you. Looking forward to having you there. It was exhilarating, and I hope that that same energy comes through tomorrow. I'm sure it will. Okay. I'm not expecting to see a building up ahead, so I'm actually not sure where I am at the moment. I wasn't expecting to end up where there's a building. That's okay. We can't be too far from the train line, I'm sure. Here we go, these silver birches again. And autumn colour is starting to come through. Here's quite a prolific blackberry. And I'm sure these ones are safe because they're up quite high. So I'm going to have one more. I love the sourness. And of course, I'm still trying to work out the best time to go live too. I notice a lot of other guides go live at around about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, Europe time. And apparently that works well with America. The trouble is that I'm kind of winding down by then, so it's not sort of a routine I want to get into. I might be able to do it occasionally, but I don't want to do that regularly. So I'm just going to have to work it out. That's okay. So we've been going for about half an hour. Even blackberries are early. Is that right, Dawn? Yeah, I guess you're right. They normally would come in after the end of summer, wouldn't they? Everything seems a little bit early this year. So just a lady coming towards me, so I'm going to move over and give her some space. All right. No, I think we are in the right spot. That building's on the other side of the railway line. It's all good. Okay, so you can walk back with me towards the bus stop and the train station. Lisa says, thank you so much. This has been lovely. Have to head to bed soon and sort out the healing patient. And yes, Lisa, I've been following your husband's journey, and I'm glad he's on the mend. I hope he comes back to full recovery. Hi, Jay. Welcome. We went for a nice walk in the forest, so be sure to catch up on that. This is just the tail end now. We're kind of heading back just alongside the Delbrücker Heide near the train station in Delbrück. But you get to see a little bit of it there. He is. We are very optimistic. I'm so glad to hear that, Lisa. That was a horrendous accident he had. And give our love to him. Give our healing love to him. Lots of blackberries here alongside the path as well. Many of them still haven't turned black, but there are some that have. Here we go, some blackberries. I can hear church bells in the background. And again, apologies if the wind is causing crackle across the microphone. I didn't bring my microphone today. I wasn't expecting it to be windy. But I do love the sound of the rustle of the wind in the leaves. Here comes a train. and they come infrequently enough that they don't really disturb the peace too much. There's a lot of moss on the ground here, look. You can't notice the wind. Oh, good, I'm glad. There's lots of moss here. Didn't see any mushrooms today. I really want to try and fit in a time. I'll try and do it today. Yeah, we're being picked up after midday, so I might be able to manage it this morning. I want to get into the forest and record forest bathing for you all, because it's so beautiful. The forest is so lovely, and it's just a shame that the signal is sketchy in the forest. Again, another one. I don't know what this is. And the sun's going to be very bright walking in towards it now. I'm going to have to keep my camera off to the left so we're not being blinded by the sun. It's just going to encroach a little from the side. So Jay, how's your move going? Is it happening yet? Some of you may know that Jay's been working very hard to organise a rental place in a new town, I think. So this, I would call this sweet pea. And in Australia, you're supposed to plant that on a particular day, before Easter, I think, beginning of Lent or something like that. Jay says, crazy, I leave New York the 31st and get to Milwaukee on the 1st. Well, the very best of luck for you, Jay. And I hope it all works out brilliantly for you. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the sun off to the side, so it doesn't blind us all. But it does, it creates a nice glow. Okay, so now we leave the concrete path and we're going to dive in on this smaller trail to head back towards the train station. I do have to watch my footing along here because it's a little bit uneven. So, sweet pea, that's okay, no problem, I knew what you meant. And how far is Milwaukee from New York, Jay? If I go up here, we'll actually see the train line. There's a lovely glow on these grasses up ahead. Look at that. Just ordinary grasses, but when the sun hits it right, it just looks lovely. For some reason, Dawn can't see Jay's chat, which is really strange. Jay says it's not quite 1,000 miles from my town. So here we are. Here's the train line. And without looking into the sun, I just want to catch that glow, if possible. No, it looks like the sun's going to impact it. We'll go this way. Something fascinating about train lines, isn't there? That's really strange. I wonder why that is. Did one of you join? See, I'm curious about this now. Did one of you join via the Facebook event and the other via the calendar and YouTube? Is that possible? Is that? Because I'm still struggling with, even as a user, I'm struggling with using the Facebook events. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I actually don't know how to join Facebook events. If anyone joins via the TV side, I can't read the chat. This isn't TV, Dawn. That's the other mob. Jay says, I came in directly via YouTube. Okay. And this is on the Livestream Events channel. So, that's sun again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, very strange. I really have to try. One of these days, I'm going to have to try and run a tour and watch it at the same time. Don't know how I'm going to manage that, but I really want to see it from a user point of view and see what you guys are experiencing. I hate Facebook events. So do I, Laurie. I really do. I tried to watch Nick last night. So I don't know if that's normal colour or autumn colour on this tree here. I tried to watch Nick last night, Nick Richmond in London, and he was having so much trouble with it himself from his end, and it kept stopping. The feed kept stopping. It kept saying end event. There's a dog coming our way. Morgan. Ruff, ruff. Oh, you've got lots to say. Yeah, I want to try and persuade Nick to move away from Facebook, but that's going to be a big ask. He's not even on our calendar yet. I'm still trying to persuade him to join the calendar. I've been helping him out with a couple of things because he had a lot of trouble doing something from home. Oh, that's right. He was recording using his phone, doing a live from home, actually recording his computer screen. So I've introduced him to StreamYard, so at least he can do home live streams using the computer and a website rather than via his phone. And he appreciated that. So I'm hoping to tempt him to come and join our calendar. So we'd love to have Nick on board. But his live stream yesterday was all in vertical orientation. And that's going direct to Facebook, I'm certain. I don't think he's using any app. I think he's going direct to Facebook, and it was all in vertical. And I think Facebook have changed something. Laurie says, I gave up on all the Hago guides who stayed with Facebook. It runs, then it crashes, then get back in, but then can't get to chat. Not worth it. I agree, Laurie. It's a total pain. We've been trying to work with Pam as well. Pam doesn't even schedule anymore because she can't figure it all out on Facebook. She just goes live and it's in vertical orientation, and it's a total pain for her. And she was having trouble finding the link to share, to put on the calendar. It was directing to something else. Yeah, vertical orientation is not great for these types of tours. I don't think at all. It's great for shorts, great for if you want to promote something and use it as a lead in to get people interested in your event. But for these types of things, it has to be horizontal orientation. That's just my view. But it would take a lot to convince me otherwise. Jay says, Chicago Mike is the only one I've made any effort to follow on Facebook. Yeah, so he seems to know what he's doing, doesn't he? And the other thing is that if the guides would come onto YouTube, there's other ways that I can help promote them as well. I've created that live stream events channel that you're all watching this on now. And there's the playlist there. So I've created the playlist for anyone who's on the calendar and using YouTube. There's a playlist called Upcoming Events. So I'm really sort of working very hard to try and convince guides to use YouTube over definitely Facebook, but I'd like to see to move away from Zoom as well. Anyway, that's our concern. That's not really you guys, your concern. Where are we up to? 45 minutes. I'm going to go under this little tunnel. Hold your breath, everybody. I'm on the wrong side. Sorry. Hold your breath, everybody. We're going to go under this tunnel and hope the signal holds till the other side. Zoom is dreadful. I agree. And the other thing is with Zoom is I don't see how you can build a community on Zoom. Some more lovely grasses. There we go. Yeah, I don't see how you can build a community on Zoom. So with YouTube, you've got the streaming, and then quick through here. Don't lose the signal. Don't lose the signal. There we go. We're out the other side. So on YouTube, of course, you've got the streaming ability, but you're also building a community there. You're growing your follower numbers and allowing people to find you organically. That can't happen on Zoom. Olga uses Zoom for specific supporters tours, and it's nice occasionally, but I'm used to it already. I know Alejandro likes Zoom as well, and he's been. But people get set in their ways. They find their comfort zone and they don't deviate from it. Is that my bus? No, that's the 435. I've got a few minutes. And Laurie says a friend who watches is so frustrated with the Zoom video quality, she has stopped watching some. Yeah, and we don't want people to leave. We want to keep people watching. So make sure you let people know your feelings as well, I guess, guys. For me, it's YouTube all the way. There's a pretty little flower here. All right, so that was our morning walk. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn the camera around because I know my bus is coming very soon. And we will go here. There we go. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate you joining me, as always. Try and join the paramotor, the motorized parasail event tomorrow. Love to have you there. And then next week we're in Morocco. I haven't scheduled that yet, but next week we're in Morocco. So I look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.